a special divisional round climb up the mountain where there's only 8 quarterbacks remaining. And I would like to say some discretion on my part. Did Drake Maye have a wonderful game? He did not. Did I go to the mattresses to defend him? Just because he had the only double-digit win in all of the playoffs.
I'm gonna freak out.
I did not.
I'm gonna freak out, man.
I'm just taking it easy.
KW.
I'm not trying to be a fanboy, okay? That's what they say. I don't have an I Love Drake Maye shirt on, all right? Maybe I do underneath this, maybe I don't. It's none of your business. It's time for Mahomes Mountain, okay? All right, everybody?
Wave the pom-pom.
No,
no man.
Hold on, bro. You don't know the half of it real quick here.
Oh, wow.
So I can get past the fact that you didn't write an intro.
There was breaking news.
At 2:10. You get here at 10 o'clock, you go to the coffee shop 3 times. You got plenty of time to write an intro, much less do an AI thing. But but you didn't. So be it. No problem. I walk in, and Wilds is like, Mahomes Mountain today doesn't work. It's not going to work. There's only 8 quarterbacks. I'm going to ask 3 questions instead of moving people. And I say
Usually
to you,
it's the guy's performance. Where'd Trevor go? Did he fall down the mountain?
He's off.
He just went into the mountain, winning 8 straight games,
really
throws a game-ending pick, and then he's never to be seen from again.
Vanishes.
Just gone.
He gets to avoid the heat. He doesn't get the smoke.
Right, which all would have been good.
And
I said to him, I was like, hey, we've got red meat for you, buddy. For your thing, Caleb is sorry, I don't want to spoil the mountain.
Don't spoil.
But it has to do with Drake, Maye, and Caleb.
Oh.
And Wilds is like, Drake didn't play a great game. I don't really want to argue about that.
I don't want to be the anti-Caleb guy.
I don't want to be the anti-Caleb guy.
2 horrible picks.
And then, even though as he put it, he was like, he threw some lollipop, whatever.
That was bad
And
pick.
now
No one talks about it.
you're just you do your whole Drake Maye thing in the intro, wearing your dirty goggles.
They're not dirty.
They are dirty.
They are
From
filthy.
what?
Your dirty
Fingers or
fingers,
something.
man. They look
They're
disgusting.
crusty and all
Time
that.
to the mountain.
That 3rd floor, Greg, there's a lot of action down there on the 3rd floor. That's why we on 4. It's peaceful up on 4. We chilling. Y'all down there arguing, fighting. My goodness.
Bottom of the mountain. There's only 8 quarterbacks left. Bo Nix moves up. A lot of people think Bo Nix looks the best weeks he doesn't play. He moves up. A couple vacant spots, and again, it's not left to right, and CJ keeps his spot. CJ.
He's just barely on there.
Buddy, that was rough. Now, he oddly is one of only 2 quarterbacks in the league that has won a playoff game each of the last 3 years. It's him and Josh Allen. That's the list. That was his first he's played 5 playoff games already. That was his first really awful one. He's had 1 great one, his first one, 1 awful one, 2 decent, and 1 below average. So he doesn't have a track record of awful playoff games, but that was an awful playoff game.
That was alarming.
And that was one of the reason, I say I'm not a quarterback wins guy is I give CJ Stroud almost 0 credit for that win. That was a win despite his performance. But
I wonder if he didn't play, if they didn't put the offense on the field, the score would have been 14 to.
I don't know. Steelers might not have scored. Steelers might have scored less. Whatever it is. But because they won, it's a footnote. And if he plays well next round, nobody will care. Nobody will remember. It won't matter at all. And Bo Nix, 14-3, can prove everybody wrong. Play a good. You don't have to play great, but play a good game this weekend at home off the bye. Next row. I can't move Drake Maye off that game.
Fair.
I think that's totally fair. Now, to be fair, he did make some excellent plays in the second half. But I can't simply say it was just first half jitters, because in the second half, in the midst of those excellent plays, when the Patriots were up 13 and the game was a wrap unless they turn it over, he fumbled again.
Yep.
And when all he had to do at that point was just make sure you don't fumble, and that was this close to scoop score, who knows. With that said, I am optimistic about how he will perform, defense who he's facing notwithstanding, this week, because I do feel like he got kind of the jitters out of the system. Brock Purdy, this second pick was grisly, but man, I thought he was a gamer against a very difficult Eagles defense. The I'm not going to ding him too much for the nicest pass a Niner threw being his wide receiver because I thought the touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey was great. I thought some of his escapability was excellent. I was impressed by Purdy. And Darnold moves up, didn't play, gets the weekend off. Good for him.
No picks.
No picks? Yeah, that's right. Next row. Stafford dinged just a tiny bit. I like the game-winning touchdown pass, don't get me wrong. But that was a shaky performance up to and including late in the game when Puka kind of saved everybody. But again, it's a footnote if they win this week. Even if they don't win this week, it's not like it's a big indictment on his career or anything. But no one will remember a somewhat shaky performance in a win if the Rams keep going. Go ahead.
Quickly, you know what I was thinking watching him? It was like, man, if he wins the MVP and they lose, because it would look like they might lose, this is just almost Dirk Nowitzki in 2008, right?
In 08.
But then Drake played, and it was like, okay, neither one of them had great games.
Yep.
They both had okay games, so it wouldn't really shouldn't be
Can I
a
just
ding
real
on
quick?
either guy.
Didn't you just think Stafford was hurt?
I didn't.
No,
I did.
They did some finger graphic,
when he threw and hit his finger. I did not think he was hurt.
Okay.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, which is the pre and post hitting his.
It was nuts. He couldn't
I mean,
complete
because he
pass.
threw some good passes after that,
weird.
and then I mean.
By the way, you guys know I'm not one to give credit to other people's takes, but colleague of ours, Barstool Big Cat, take of the month.
Take of the month.
Wow.
He said if he ran an NFL team, he'd make all his offensive linemen wear guardian caps to prevent that Stafford injury. Take of the month.
Excellent.
All your offensive linemen wear the guardian caps?
Josh, I think Josh
Josh
did
the same
too.
thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think it's a great take.
That's
Now,
that is a
that
good
is
take.
perfect
Panthers
take.
couldn't
That's a
do
good
it
take.
because then Bryce really couldn't.
Okay.
But for the Rams.
Well, it does. It'd be a little higher.
But
a
for
little
a guy
tougher.
like you gotta step-
Also, sometimes you bounce it off the helmet, it goes straight up.
Yeah, exactly.
Great
I don't
take
know.
of the month.
That
Right
is a
now, the
good take.
reigning
Shout-
take of the
Shout
month.
out Big
Shout
Cat,
out
take of the
Big
month.
Cat.
Everyone's
That's
gunning
a
for
great
that take, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Take of the month. You gotta come up with
all right,
something better.
Caleb.
Great take.
Speaking of Chicagoans, listen, we haven't quite ever seen a quarterback like this. We've seen quarterbacks be unbelievable late. Very rarely are quarterbacks just really bad early. And then some of the best play we've ever seen late. That's who he is.
Bo Nix.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is not
Just-
spectacular late.
just saying.
No, listen, he is,
Kinda.
I would say
It's not as dynamic.
it's not
but
as
he gets it
dynamic
done.
and it's
I
not, but
agree.
he has been,
That.
again, not to the same degree. Daniel Jones gone, you want to be the Bo Nix guy? That corner's open, buddy. You go ahead and take it. And atop the mountain, Josh Allen. Last 6 playoff games, 16 touchdowns, no picks, 105 rating. I thought he played a close to mistake-free.
Yeah.
As close as someone can come in a 35 pass attempt, heavy usage game, mistake-free. Josh Allen top the mountain.
Okay, rather than our normal
Yeah.
conventional, hey, I want
Doing
to
it
move
4
this
years,
guy
most
up.
popular segment in sports TV. Change it up for us.
Well, we usually have 30 guys here. You got to half the work.
Maybe we just quickly say what we do. Quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Answer the question.
Go, Brew, go ahead.
I
Who
would
wants-
just move. I would move Darnold down into one of those vacant spots.
Yeah.
And have a vacant spot next to Purdy.
Oh,
I mean, Darnold is unproven. Drake played fairly well in his first game. Purdy played
You know,
well,
that's
had
fair.
a come back. And Darnold, we're wondering.
you know what, KW or you, Brew? That's fair. Take it.
Thank
Yeah.
Greg.
So I mean, look, call me a Caleb hater. I love what he did, but to move up and Drake May just sits there because it was shaky. I mean, it
Caleb was much better than Drake May this week.
it was shaky. That first half was shaky.
Yeah, but then he had 360 yards in the game-winning plays.
I understand that. Drake May bounced back in the second half of that game, and it looked a lot better.
I like this a lot.
Playing against a more stout, more stingy defense. I'm just saying, Caleb was excellent, deserving to win
You
that
think
game.
Drake May looked better in the second half than Caleb did.
All I'm saying is they both had turnovers that could have cost their team, and it didn't because they both bounced back.
He went to the mat for you.
I like that a lot.
More
I
than
wasn't
you.
willing to make that argument, but I liked it. All right, well,
So that next to
Good flip.
Stafford, maybe just is
the
vacant.
MVP tier.
Vacant.
Everybody's just doing it vacant. Everybody's just doing it vacant.
You've created a
Wow,
trend.
it seems
now.
like we could have had a good regular mountain, but Wild's one of the dumb questions you
I wanted Fernando Mendoza on there too. I thought you could switch it up.
That would have been cool.
Okay, question 1. Dusty's yelling at me. Is Caleb a top 5 quarterback if he beats the potential MVP, Matthew Stafford? How high are you willing to bring Caleb up?
Well, the question that I would have for the group on that is, who is God grandfathered in? Me, you understand what I mean?
I got Mahomes, the usual suspects.
The same
All
four?
four, yep.
Those,
to me,
if those,
and Stafford at 5.
so
My
Burrow
answer
is just
Bill
in.
Burrow.
Burrow's just
I would
in.
keep Burrow in.
Joe
I would
Burrow
keep
cannot
Burrow
just stay in all for. He can't. He can't.
I would keep Burrow.
I
I'm a
like Burrow. I
guy,
like
and
fossils.
I
He can't stay
just
in.
Keep him in there.
So do you? I don't think Caleb jumps to top 5.
I don't either.
With a win.
But my question, I guess my question is, the reason I asked it that way is, how many spots are actually available? Mahomes is, I understand everybody
Maybe
thinks
one,
Mahomes
if you
not
guys
gonna be,
don't
but
say
Mahomes
Burrow,
still top 5,
then
right?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure. Josh Allen obviously is still
Yeah.
there, and Lamar is still there,
Yes.
is
Yes.
a year removed.
And I
from
think
MVP.
Stafford coming off an MVP year, what we think will be an MVP. he's
So
gotta
that's
be there.
that's why I'm asking it this way. I don't think just this game can do it, KW.
Mm-hmm.
I think Caleb or Drake can make a case for Burrow's spot over the course of this postseason.
I think that's fair.
For Drake, it honestly might just take one great playoff game. Like if Drake is great this weekend, and then they lose in the conference championship game, I might go into next year saying he's there. That he's there. I think Caleb might need more because Drake had such a better regular season than Caleb that Caleb would need more of a runway to do it.
What if Drake wins the MVP and you just have the top 5 be all the MVPs?
Oh, Joe Burrow's number 1 MVP.
Joe Burrow's out.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Stafford and others.
Oh, okay. I just don't think within Stafford's number 1 MVP.
I'll keep Stafford in
Oh,
for
yeah.
a silver medal.
Caleb's argument, in my opinion, is I don't think that they're, even as good as Drake May has been, he kind of started the season off so great and sustained that. Where Caleb, there was a natural progression and growth every single week, and it just continues to carry over. Even listening to him in the post-game interview, the maturation like that he just conveyed, it just seems like he's growing in every area and aspect of being a professional.
Completion percentage.
I understand.
I don't
that.
think you can have the worst completion percentage to be a top 5
It
quarterback.
has 60% of his passes.
And that's a large reason why I poke fun at the Bo Nix thing, but it's Bo Nix, but it looks better because it's sexier. He has more highlights. It's more Caleb driven. But Bo Nix has been doing this same thing. It just doesn't look as
He
great.
hasn't been doing it. It's not quite the same thing.
I think, do they both have 7 come from behind wins this year?
All I'm saying is he's been poor. Bo Nix has been worse in the first 3 quarters.
I think Bo Nix has been worse than Caleb early and not as good as Caleb late. But it is still a big jump in clutch time. But can I ask a question about Caleb's completion percentage?
Sure.
Because I saw somebody made this point, and I was like, that's interesting, that I at least want to throw out there. Is there an element of, they made the comp of the throws Caleb attempts and what that does to your completion percentage, making it analogous to the 3-point revolution, and about how 40% from 3 is better than 20 or 50% from 2, because the points are worth, right? 50% because those shots are worth more.
33% from 3 is the equivalent of 50%.
Exactly right. And so that the argument this person was making is Caleb's attempting deeper, more throws that are essentially worth more and harder throws, and therefore completing 58% of the throws he's making is as valuable as completing 65% of the throws some other quarterbacks are making.
I mean,
which again, I don't have that.
I don't even know. I don't want to have it is that true conversation, but I'd have to look at his completion percentage within 10 yards.
Yeah.
And it's also beyond, that's interesting, but beyond that, he's sometimes so bad in the first 2 to 3 quarters. He's sensational at the end, but he's been so bad at times, not every single game, but at times he's so bad early that I can't comfortably put him in the top 10.
Can I ask you a question?
Or top 5, top
Greg,
5. Yeah, top 10.
Do you think I was trying to come up with an analogy on Caleb's game, and it was like Saturday Night Live writers have to write like up till 4 in the morning on a Tuesday. Like, why don't you just write at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon the week before? You know they got a show coming out. It's like you need the pressure, you need the deadline. Do you think there's something about him or his game that he needs the pressure to get to the other level? And have you played with guys like that?
I don't know if he needs the pressure, but boy, he embraces it. Watching him, it's one of the reasons why I say it's Josh Allen in terms of remaining quarterbacks. And if you want to go all of football, so be it. I might go that far. Josh Allen is one of the scariest quarterbacks. Mahomes is hurt. And Caleb Williams, I don't care how bad he is, in the games when you watch him, you cannot tell me, regardless of how far down they are, you're not at the edge of your seat like, oh, shoot.
No,
here he goes. Like I don't get that with Bo Nix, which is, I get your argument. But Caleb, I don't care how bad he's been. When the fourth quarter come or it's time to come back, I feel like he's
almost like Deontay Wilder. Like, that punch is always there.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I add one other thing before we move on to the next question, if we're going to get to it? Where I am for next year top 5s things, what I will give Caleb the benefit of the doubt on projection is, what was the single biggest problem Caleb Williams had last year? It was not completion percentage. It was the sacks. Yeah. It was he took awful sacks. The offensive line wasn't great. I understand it. Took awful sacks. He fixed it. Flatly fixed it. And so I don't think he's going to come back next year and be 70% completions. But
maybe 64.
Right. But there was his biggest weakness from year 1 to year 2, he fixed. And so I will give him credit that from year 2 to year 3, he will self-scout again and say, what's my biggest weakness, and try to.
I wouldn't be shocked if he did.
If he did what?
If he did jump from 58, 59 completion percentage to a 68, 69, 70. Because when you watch somebody in the growth and development that he's getting and gaining from this offense, it just suggests, man, another year, understanding what's expected.
Impressive.
Pre-snap. It was a huge issue at the beginning of the year.
Oh, that's the other thing.
And
really
now it's completely gone.
Right. They don't get any
completely
procedural penalties anymore.
No,
so
completely gone.
You would think he's going to.
So it's working.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.